want to say like the normal people, but the people like us, where the way we think was like normal like all this time ago is now not normal anymore. That's insane to me.
Because it's actually so crazy what's going on in Canada and how short of a time period all of this has taken place. But I can't help but feel like it's just a testing ground.
Yeah, like if they see no pushback from Canadians, then it will start being implemented in other countries in the West.
People think like, oh, you want free speech so you can spew your hatred towards people. No, like people don't realize that if we're not allowed to have meaningful discussions and opinions, we will be heading into massive problems. And why is it that one side can say things and the other side can't? It's all hypocritical to me, really.
Who decides what is the right thing to say and what's the wrong thing to say?
We cannot share civil opinions, but then we see all these artists, their music videos with all this nudity, Satanism, all this stuff happening, and that's okay. Like, it's just a bunch of hypocrisy, really. Let's just say that the field that I want to get into, let's just say what I post maybe could be considered a liability. Not that I'm saying anything bad, but misunderstand what I say on my channel. I could be risking it a little bit. So I think with Tate, like I've always been on the fence with him, said some things I agree, some things I don't. But I don't think that he's like a threat to me.
You're right in a sense where there's a lot of shit that I don't believe in. There's a lot of issues with young men in today's society where I feel like they don't have a place in society.
Men and women are at each other's throats. Like I think everyone's seeing the more extreme side, like the extreme girls, the extreme guys.
He's built a fan base that listens to everything he says and takes it as gospel.
I think his fans are more extreme than him.
People need to own their opinions. You stop and think for a second instead of getting angry all the time.
If someone were to like think that I agree with everything he says just because of the videos I made, they're not going to apologize for talking about things because people are taking it the wrong way.
Is what we're saying right now might not seem that bad today, but in 10 years' time, it could be a criminal offense.
Like it seems like the crazy people or like the extreme voices are getting famous is because people want that drama. Like if you're level-headed, like us, for example, or like rational, it seems like people don't care. But I know sometimes there's a little bit of a pattern people notice, but at the same time, just trying to look at people as individuals.
It seems like Canada's just going full pelt to do everything they possibly can to up the country, basically.
Exactly. With the rising costs of everything here too, things don't feel the same anymore. And it almost feels like we have a target on our backs now, you know? Because Canada's doing a lot for other countries, people that are living in other countries, they're not really seeing what's happening here. People like us are like outcasts in these schools, in these jobs. Like, you know, we are alienated, but seeing this kind of gave me that glimmer of hope. Like maybe there is more conversation and dialogue.
That's a really good point because you can tell how easy it is to become alienated in this. It's like you've moved to a different world. Even questioning it is a problem.
Talking to people who question things, it's such a breath of fresh air. I don't feel judged. It's really nice. So imagine like a whole country or whole community like that.
As long as they're questioning the narrative and open-minded to have a good discussion about it. The good always wins, the bad doesn't.